Hello, welcome back. Today's story, DevSecOps. What is DevSecOps? DevSecOps is the practice of integrating security testing at every stage of the software development process. It includes tools and processes that encourage collaboration between developers, security specialists, and operation teams to build software that is both efficient and secure. DevSecOps brings cultural transformation that makes security a shared responsibility for everyone who is building the software. What does DevSecOps stand for? DevSecOps stands for Development, Security, and Operations. It is an extension of DevOps practice. Each term defines different roles and responsibilities of the software teams when they are building software applications. Development. Development is the process of planning, coding, building, and testing the application. Security. Security means introducing security earlier in the software development cycle. For example, programmers ensure that the code is free of security vulnerabilities, and security practitioners test the software further before the company releases it. Operations. The operations team releases, monitors, and fixes any issues that arise from the software. Why is DevSecOps important? DevSecOps aims to help development teams address security issues efficiently. It is an alternative to older security systems. To understand the importance of DevSecOps, we will briefly review the software development process. Software development lifecycle. The software development lifecycle (SDLC) is a structured process that guides software teams to produce high-quality applications. Requirement analysis, planning, architectural design, software development, testing, development. DevSecOps in the SDLC. In conventional software development methods, security testing was a separate process from the SDLC. The security team discovered the security flaws only after they built the software. The DevSecOps framework improves the SDLC by detecting the vulnerabilities throughout the software development and delivery process. Benefits of DevSecOps. Catch software vulnerabilities early. Software teams focus on security controls through the entire development process. Instead of waiting until the software is completed, they conduct checks at every stage. Software teams can detect the security issues at early stages and reduce the cost and time of fixing vulnerabilities. As a result, users experience minimal disruption and greater security after the application is produced. Reduce time to market. With DevSecOps, software teams can automate the security tasks and reduce human errors. It also prevents the security assessment from being a bottleneck in the development process. Ensure regulatory compliance. Software teams use DevSecOps to comply with regulatory requirements by adopting professional security practices and technologies. They identify data protection and security requirements in the system. For example, software teams use the automated security checks against industry standards. Built a security-aware culture. Software teams become more aware of security best practices when developing an application. They are more proactive in spotting potential security issues in the code, modules, or other technologies for building the application. Develop new features securely. DevSecOps encourages flexible collaboration between the development, operation, and security teams. They share the same understanding of software security and use common tools to automate the assessment and reporting. Everyone focuses on ways to add more value to the customers without compromising on security. How does DevSecOps work? To implement DevSecOps, software teams must first implement DevOps and continue the integration. DevOps culture is a software development practice that brings development and operational teams together. It uses tools and automation to promote greater collaboration, communication, and transparency between the two teams. As a result, companies reduce software development time while still remaining flexible to changes. Continuous integration, and continuous delivery. CI by CD is a modern software development practice that uses automated build and test steps to reliably and efficiently deliver small changes to the application. Developers use CI by CD tools to release new versions of an application and quickly respond to issues after the application is available to users. DevSecOps introduces security to the DevOps practice by integrating security assessments throughout the CI by CD process. It makes security a shared responsibility among all team members who are involved in building the software. The development team collaborates with the security team before they write any code. Likewise, operations team continue to monitor the software security issues after deploying it. As a result, companies deliver secure software faster while ensuring compliance. Components of DevSecOps. Code analysis. Code analysis is the process of investigating the source code of an application for vulnerabilities and ensuring that it follows security best practices. Change management. Software teams use change management tools to track, manage, and report on changes related to the software or requirements. This prevents inadvertent security vulnerabilities due to a software change. Compliance management. Software teams ensure that the software complies with regulatory requirements. For examples, developers can use AWS Cloud HSM to demonstrate compliance with security, privacy, and anti-tamper regulations. Threat modeling. DevSecOps teams investigate the security issues that might arise before and after deploying the application. They fix any known issues and release an updated version of the application. Security training. Security training involves training software developers and operations teams with the latest security guidelines. This way, the development and operations teams can make independent security decisions when building and deploying the application. What is the DevSecOps culture? The DevSecOps culture combines communication, people, technology, and process. Communication. Companies implement DevSecOps by promoting a cultural change that starts at the top. Senior leaders explain the importance and benefits of adopting security practices to the DevOps team. Software developers and operational teams require the right tools, systems, and encouragement to adopt DevSecOps practices. People. DevSecOps leads to a cultural transformation that involves software teams. Software developers no longer stick with conventional roles of building, testing, and deploying code. With DevSecOps, software developers and operational teams work closely with security experts to improve security throughout the development process. Technology. Software teams use technology to perform automated security testing during development. DevOps teams use it to check the app for security flaws without compromising the delivery timeline. Process. DevSecOps changes the conventional process of building software. With DevSecOps, software teams perform security testing and evaluation at every stage of development. Software developers check for security flaws when they are writing the code. What are the best practices of DevSecOps? Companies use the following approaches to support the digital transformation with DevSecOps. Shift left. Shift left is the process of checking for vulnerabilities in the earlier stages of software development. By following the process, software teams can prevent undetected security issues when they build the application. For example, developers create secure code in a DevSecOps process. Shift right. Shift right indicates the importance of focusing on security after the application is deployed. Some vulnerabilities might escape earlier security checks and become apparent only when customers use the software. Use automated security tools. DevSecOps team might need to make multiple revisions in a day. To do that, they need to integrate security scanning tools into the CI by CD process. This prevents the security evaluations from slowing down development. Promote security awareness. Companies make security awareness a part of the core values when building the software. Every team member who plays a role in developing the applications must share the responsibility of protecting software users from security threats. Challenges of implementing the DevSecOps. Resistance to the cultural shift. Software and security teams have been following the conventional software building practices for years. Companies might find it hard for their IT teams to adopt the DevSecOps mindset quickly. Software teams focus on building, testing, and deploying the applications. Meanwhile, security teams focus on keeping the application safe. Therefore, the top leadership needs to get both teams on the same page about the importance of software security practices and timely delivery. Complex tools integration. Software teams use different types of tools to build applications and test their security. Integrating tools from different vendors into the continuous delivery process is a challenge. Traditional security scanners might be optimal practices. Conclusion. DevSecOps play a key role in the software development lifecycle by introducing security early in the software and application development lifecycle to help an organization eliminate risk and achieve its IT and business objectives. It bridges the gap between IT and security, enabling organizations to consistently deliver fast, agile, and secure software interactions. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos.